I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Can you just text me the questions and I'll answer them? Or can you chat with me here on the thing and I'll just answer them? I need to go. I got way too much to do this. This is the problem with everybody working in their houses. Oh, so should I talk? Okay, what is the significance of this tour? Okay, thank you. So I grew up basically in Eugene, Oregon. I was part of the whole Wow Hall in 1975, and I formed with 4 other women a group called the Wallflower Order Dance Collective. So it is the 50th year since Wallflower Order was founded right there in Eugene at the Wow Hall. And we are celebrating not only the anniversary of us, but the 50 years that both Farron and Holly Near have been on the road. And also we're making a huge peace in front of the unbridled war efforts that are going on around the world, of which our government is often really leading the way in. So we wanted peace to be on the agenda for whoever was coming into office, and who will be inaugurated coming on the 20th of January. So we're gathered together over, I don't know, maybe, I think there's like 25 of us on tour. We have tons of taiko drums and instruments and costumes and sets and all kinds of things to share all of our efforts with our audiences. And our show in Eugene is almost sold out. I think we're like 20 tickets away from being sold out. How important? Well, Holly is like the quintessential peace activist. And so she has been touring internationally for the last 50 years since she took off with Jane Fonda and Tom Hayden and went to Vietnam on the India-China peace campaign. And Farron has been dealing with the internal mechanisms of the heart and how we relate as community. And she's probably one of the most celebrated poets out of the women's music scene, and we are all super good friends, and we've known each other for a long time and collaborated over the years. So it was easy to figure out who might want to do this. And I thought that the melding of the 3 of us would actually really generate audiences, which seems to be true. How long did it feel seeing new creations for this show? How did it feel seeing new creations? I'm not sure what you're asking there. I wrote, we're doing a bunch of, I don't know what Holly and Farron are doing in terms of their own set. Holly's doing a set, and then Dance Brigade is doing a 15-minute piece, which kind of refers to the war in the Middle East. And then Farron does a set, and then we do a whole set together where I chose different songs throughout the peace movement in the United States, from Mississippi, Goddamn, or Southern Man by Jackson Brown, Holly's songs, Hay una Mujer, We Dance Alone, which talks about the disappeared in Argentina. We're dancing to Farron's It Won't Take Long. She's singing Testimony. We're doing Pete Seeger's Deportee. So I just saw the Bob Dylan movie, and I just saw the spectrum of folk music and political music that has operated in this country and been part of the makeup of this country for the last 60, 70 years. And the songs that were done in those days are equally as relevant today. They're still, the same messages are still deeply embedded in, whether it's the border war and deportee, or it's Southern Man, when will you pay them back, reparations, the horror shows that were going on in Mississippi and California when Nina Simone wrote that song, To Farron song written into the 80s, It Won't Take Long, an anthem to gather us all together. We're still grappling with these issues right now. Yeah, so it's all of that. So yeah, the new material is in all in the set that we're all doing together, which is headlined, which the musical director is Christelle Durandi, and she's a jazz composer and singer out of the Bay Area. And we have 5 other musicians that are traveling with us. So it's actually a really big enterprise. And so where we're going is we're starting in Eugene, which is where we started. Then we're going up to Portland. We're going down to Medford. Then we're going to Ukiah, Santa Rosa, San Francisco, and Santa Cruz. So it's a 7-city tour. Yes, I think it's going to be really great. It's very exciting for us it's very exciting for me personally to come up to Eugene and also to hook up with the Wow Hall people. That was a really, really important part of my life. I credit so much of who I was able to be then and what I was able to become as an artist performing in the Wow Hall in the 70s, where it was literally like a rodeo. People came in and they sat around us and they cheered us on, and we got reviewed, and it says they elicit the same energy as a popular rock concert. But that was the Eugene community. That was the back and forth feedback that we got from the community. At that time, it was a huge women's community, and there were women collectives all over, almost in a dual power kind of structure. And so we were all operating. We had like a whole nother economy going on at the same time that everything else was happening. And there were hundreds of collectives, and maybe that's an exaggeration, but there were lots of collectives, and they really made a stamp on Eugene and made an indelible mark on my work and my ability to be an artistic voice and an artistic leader working collectively. I learned a lot. Well, I'm sure what you said was really interesting, but I didn't hear it. But it seems like there's no coincidence that because Wallflower was there in the Wow Hall during the 50th, and we were part of the energy field that got it worth being a venue that was worth saving. And one of our members was living in the closet of the Wow Hall at the time. Lynn lived there. And so Lynn and I danced to Bob Dylan's song, If Dogs Run Free, at 2:00 in the morning. And we did this 3 days of unrelenting music and dance and theater, and the Eugene Dance Collective came out of there. So it was a complete and utter mosh pit of enormous creativity and excitement, and to just have been part of the team that helped we had to raise $75,000, which in those days was like, oh my God, how are we ever going to raise $75,000? But we did it. And so it's really nice to go back and circle back in there and see what the community is there, and see, the kind of art that's there, and just to get the support from Skylar and Deborah, who are kind of co-hosting this with us and helping us build the audience at the Holt Center. Yes, thank you. I just picked up 2 vans and a car, and trying to squeeze it all in and keep on a happy face. So yeah, thank you. But yeah, so come get if you want to see the show, there are literally 10 tickets or 12 or 15 tickets. So go right now to the Holt Center website and, you know, look up Women's Song for Peace or Dance Brigade, and they'll come up. And I think the Wow Hall thing's already sold out too. So then the Wow Hall thing is more like a celebration and a party. And Farron's doing a couple songs, Holly's doing a couple songs, Dance Brigade's doing signature piece, If I Were I. But the big concert is at the Holt Center, and it's really not it probably will never happen again. So it's something you don't want to miss. So thank you so much for your time, and hope to see you there. Yeah, we'll check in together after, do some sign language so we can hear each other. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Yeah.